The child raised by wolves, a true story of survival and mystery. Have you ever wondered what would happen if a child grew up in the wilderness, far from human civilization, raised by wild animals? Is it possible for a human to survive alone among predators, and even become one of them? Today, we explore the mysterious and shocking real-life cases of children raised by wolves. Stories that blur the line between myth and reality, and reveal the unimaginable resilience of the human spirit. Ancient myths have long told tales of humans raised by animals. Romulus and Remus, the founders of Rome, were said to be raised by a she-wolf. Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book popularized the idea of Mowgli, a boy living among wolves. But what if it wasn't just a story? Throughout history, there have been real accounts of children found living with wolves, surviving against all odds. In 1976, villagers in India reported a wolf boy living with a pack near Hoshangabad. Hunters and locals claimed they saw a young child running on all fours alongside wolves, feeding from carcasses. When authorities finally captured him, he snarled, bit, and behaved more like a wild animal than a human child. Experts believed he had been abandoned as a baby and raised entirely by wolves. The boy could not speak, refused cooked food, and howled during the night. Despite attempts to teach him human behavior, he longed to return to the forest, as if the wolves were his true family. One of the most famous cases dates back to 1920 in Bengal, India. A missionary named Reverend Singh discovered two young girls living in a wolf den. The girls, named Amala and Kamala, were crawling on all fours, had elongated teeth, glowing eyes in the dark, and no ability to speak. Singh took them to an orphanage, attempting to rehabilitate them. Amala, the younger child, died shortly after from illness, but Kamala lived for several years. Despite efforts, Kamala never learned human language fully and continued to prefer raw meat and nighttime activity. Many experts believe this is one of the most compelling real-life examples of children truly raised by wolves. Survival alone as a child seems impossible, yet wolves are known for strong social bonds and protective instincts. If a child is very young, wolves might see them as a helpless pup, adopting them into the pack. The child would mimic wolf behavior, walking on all fours, howling, hunting for food. However, living without human contact has devastating effects on brain development. Feral children often cannot learn human language or behavior later in life, showing how critical early social interaction is for humans. These cases blur the line between nature and nurture, proving humans can adapt to almost any environment for survival. Many feral child cases involve tragic beginnings, children abandoned, abused, or lost in the wild. While wolves may have provided warmth and protection, the real horror lies in what forced the child to live in the forest. Some researchers believe many wolf children were victims of neglect, growing up with minimal human contact before being found. These children became symbols of survival, but also reminders of humanity's failures. Were they truly raised by wolves? Or did trauma push them to live more like animals than humans? The truth may never be fully known. Stories of children raised by wolves have fascinated humanity for centuries. Some call them myths, others undeniable proof of nature's power. But one thing is certain: the human will to survive is unstoppable, even in the jaws of the wilderness. Would you survive if left alone in the wild? Or would the wolves take you in as one of their own? The answer might remain a mystery forever.